Hi, I just wanted to show you a few things on your literature review that you'll want to pay attention to. I did post an example lit review. It's not perfect, it's just an example for you so you know that you might be heading the right direction. First of all, the person put in, and this is a real lit review from one of your classmates in past semesters, but this is the reference list, obviously. The second part of it was the outline, and in this outline, they have the theme and then all the articles under it that relate to that theme. So there are several themes, I think 5 of them. Okay, so then they started the actual writing. And I'm not sure how many pages this is. Generally what you're going to want is at least 7 pages. Because if you go into any detail at all on 20 articles, which I would like you to do some detail, then it's going to take up some space. And so this one talks about the correlation between physical activity and disabilities. And so the person does kind of a intro paragraph. And you can see this in the folder on Google Drive. Then they start talking about the articles. So Kaufman, 2005, states that all have the goal of helping individuals become more aware of their responses to academic tasks and social problems and actively engage in control of their own responses, blah, blah, blah. Another benefit, the simple process has been found effective in increasing the on-task behavior of many students, ranging from children as young as 5 to adolescents. Okay. Then you've got depression, a common mental disorder. Now, one thing that I noticed that they didn't do is they didn't use their themes from the literature map as subheadings. Those should be subheadings. So you want to divide your articles up so that they make sense in a flow. And if you don't do that, then it's harder to read. And you'll notice that articles do that. This lit review is going to be a little bit more in-depth than a normal article that you read that has a literature review section, because I want to see what the articles are about. I want to see what the studies talked about. So you want to look at as many of the 6 steps of research for each of the research articles as you can, and you want to talk about those. One of the things that I found that's easiest to do is to just go through each of your articles in the order that you think that they're going to appear, and then start writing transition statements and seeing the flow. Now you might not write that way, and that's fine if you want to just do the flow and then rewrite as you go. That's kind of how I do it. So I rewrite and rewrite and rewrite. But however you do it, that's fine. And there are different ways to do this lit review. It's not necessarily all by theme that way, but mostly it's going to be a themed type approach to the literature. A couple of things that I wanted to just have you pay attention to. One thing I mentioned was the heading. You have different levels of headings. This is a level 1 heading when you have it centered, bolded, and really your lit review heading is the only level 1 heading that you're going to have in this paper. Now, if you would write out your proposal, which you're not going to do, you're going to do it in a presentation mode. If you were to write it out, though, you would have the lit review, and then you'd have introduction, and the introduction would be a left justified and bold, and then start your paragraph one line down, and make sure that they are indented like this one is. And then you would have the lit review. This is for if you would write out your proposal. Then you'd have literature review, and that would be over there as well. Then you would have methodology, and that would be over there as well. So that's a level 2 heading. If you have any subheadings, then those are going to be level 3 headings. And I'm going to let you just go find those, how you would do those. It's on OWL. It has a whole page on headings and how you show them in an APA format. So that's one thing to watch out for. Make sure you have headings. The reason is it shows that you know what you're talking about. It shows that you have found articles that that meet the needs that you have in talking about your topic. And so you'll want to include those headings, as well as it makes it more readable. Then the next thing is citations. Those are a biggie, and those I really watch out for, because this is probably one of the only classes that you'll work on to learn how to cite properly. And there are a few people that I have had to go back and say, are you plagiarizing, or do you just not understand the citations? And most of the time they just don't understand the citations, so be sure I don't have to say that to you. One of the things that you do is you include the year after each author. You want to talk authors' last names, not talk the title of the article. You don't even need to put the title of the article or the book in your lit review, because that will be in your reference list. Page numbers for all direct quotes, and direct quotes have to have quotation marks or block quotes. Block quote is indented 5 spaces, just like this one, or half an inch, I mean, just like a new paragraph would be. The whole thing is going to be blocked. And that is, block quotes are for over 40 words. So any quote that's over 40 words. Be sure that you have the page numbers then at the end of the block quote or at the end of the quotation. And I don't even know if this one has any in it. I'm not seeing it, but if it did, then you would put it at the end and before the period. So you have a quotation mark at the end of that sentence, and then your parentheses with, if you already have the name of the author up here, then you don't need that again. If you don't have the name of the author, then you would put the name of the author and comma 2009 comma page, whatever it is. So hope that helps. And then the other thing is, just again, which I've already said, is to remind you that I really do want enough detail of each article, that it's not just a sentence or two that you're putting in of that article, but that you understand what that study did and how it relates to your study. So I hope that helps. Let me know if there's anything that you have questions on, and I look forward to reading what you've done. I've really enjoyed reading the assignments 3 and 4, where you've set up your lit review, your proposal, and I look forward to the rest of the assignments. Okay, see you later.